a lesson. You may have heard these words before, but I'll teach you what they really mean. Go beyond! Plus! Ultra!
All hail, all might. All hail, all might. All hail, all might.
All hail, all might.
Alright, hey, what's up guys? So we are now a couple of days into the new tournament mode update, and I'm definitely starting to see some trends emerge. I've been playing a bit, trying to figure out what are the best power combinations. You know what? I think I've kind of figured some stuff out, and I'm gonna showcase to you guys what I think are some really good strategies, some of the best powers and specials that you can use, basically to just kind of pin people and smash them up really good. All right, guys, we're gonna dive right in, but before we do, I wanna like shout out everybody here. We got Max 3D, we got Ray W73810. Why all the numbers, bro?
Bruh.
Okay, we got Nisi, we got Lord Insun, we got Bubble, Cito, and Dopey Lord, guys. Let's not forget Bayron the Gamer, and Playlord, and VSTX9, Week versus Roblox, and of course my good buddy Archmid. Thanks for joining me guys on this adventure today. If you guys want to get in on these adventures too, you gotta join the Discord server, all right? Everybody gets to be in the videos like this that's in the Discord server, especially channel members. Channel members get the first spot, and I ping the channel members to be in videos. So click that join button down below next to the sub. All right guys, let's dive right into the content. All right, one of the biggest trends that I've seen emerge right now so far in tournament mode is that people are really relying on stun locking your opponents, okay? So I had to go out and get Overhaul again. So I didn't have Overhaul, but I needed it, so I just went and spun for it, and I got it. And what's really important here in Overhaul, there's actually a few of these moves. These are big area of attack, especially spike push. That's a huge area of attack. So when people are running around and it's really hard to hit with any directional or aimed attacks, like, you know, just the time it takes for the power to generate and stuff like that, like generally like your opponent's gonna just like move out of the way. But especially right here, spike pin, okay, this is actually sick. All right, so watch this. I'm gonna turn on my quirk. So I got Overhaul on right now. And we're gonna do spike pin and bap. All these people, they're taking damage, but they're literally just kind of like stuck, okay? They can't move. They died because they're a bunch of noobs, you know, like noobs. But at that point, you can then release your powers, okay? So you got a cooldown on your next quirk move, so you're not gonna be able to use something like this big spike thing right there, and that is an amazing AoE, but you're not gonna be able to use it immediately after you do your spike pin, right? Because the spike pin right there is gonna like give you the cooldown. So now you wanna stack up some other AoE attacks or even more stun lock attacks. You can chain together different stuns to literally pin other players so they can't do anything at all, and then you can just like beat them up, kill them, dead, boom. All right, so luckily you can actually get Overhaul pretty early in the game. So all you gotta do is if you're at the starting area right here, you gotta run around and make sure you get enough Chikara shards, but you head over here to the hospital, okay? And Overhaul is just about a 5%. That's really not too bad, okay? So, I mean, and it costs 2,000 Chikara shards to spin for that. And pretty much half hot and half cold is good too. So that one actually has a similar stun attack. It's just not quite as good and doesn't do quite as much damage as Overhaul. But if you end up on half hot, half cold, and you don't have like a ton of Chikara shards to keep on spinning, just stick with it. Otherwise, go for Overhaul. Literally everything else in here is total trash for tournament, at least in my opinion. All right, you can only have one special, and right now I think that Overhaul and quirks is the best thing for tournament mode. Grimoires are utterly trash. I'm not even gonna talk about them in this video. They are terrible for tournament. I don't think there's any moves in here that are great AoE moves or stun moves, and sword style also is just not really working out very well in tournaments. The damages are just not that good. We're gonna go over to the wiki in a second and check some out. There are some sort of interesting things in fruits and Kaganes. If you can't get the Overhaul or half hot, half cold, and there are a couple of good stands. So let's head over to the wiki and check those out. All right, so I'm over here on the Anime Fighting Simulator. This is the official wiki, and I'm gonna link this for you down in the description, because if you're trying to figure out what everything does, there's actually no information in the game. So the description of the powers don't tell you what's going on, but this does. And so we can figure out how everything works, okay? And so I'm here on the stands page, and you just go into specials and you can pick any one of these, right? And it's gonna show me all the percentages right now. Okay, so if we look through, what is this one? Let's click on, for example, Made in Heaven, which I think is the best one actually. And it's not brand new. There's only a 0.45% chance of getting it. And now it's gonna tell you what all the powers are. So none of these I think are very valuable. They're all just short range punches and aimed attacks and things like that. But the C and the V move for Made in Heaven are actually amazing. Now, if you wanna check how much damage something does, you're gonna wanna look at the scaling column, okay? Because in tournament mode, everybody's power level is actually evened out. So if you want to compare two abilities to each other, it's actually this scaling number that's going to tell you how powerful it is. Now, Throat Slash will actually teleport you to the surrounding player. Actually, your stand will teleport to surrounding players, so it's automatically going to hit. Okay, this is important in tournament mode, and it's gonna do a 70x, which you will see as we start to look at more stuff. That's very high, okay? And now this is an AoE attack, Universe Reset. It's one of the best in the game, and it's 75x. So these two, and you know, if you had to pick one or the other, you're gonna wanna do this, but if you're gonna do the Universe Reset. But if you're actually further away from your opponent, and you think it's gonna take a little bit of time to close the gap, you can go ahead and hit C and wait for the rest period to be over, the cooldown to be over, and then you're gonna be able to actually close the distance and then do V on them. Really, really OP. Okay, the new stand that came in is King Crimson, okay? And these are King Crimson's moves, and we don't have any gifts or a lot of stats involved here. The V move is very equivalent, okay? It's an AoE attack. I don't know if the range is the same because I haven't gotten it yet, because you only get King Crimson from that rare spin, but the damage is the same. So if you have Made in Heaven, you're not gonna be doing more damage with King Crimson. And then instead of that automatic guaranteed hit at 70x multiplier, King Crimson's C move actually makes you completely invulnerable for 5 seconds. The rest of it's all trash for tournament, and I wouldn't worry about it. So you have to decide which you would rather have better, that invulnerability or that guaranteed hit at range. Okay, D4C, this is the one that's available in tournament mode. I don't think it's as good as either one. Okay, we don't have the stats here yet. We just don't know what's going on yet. So we're gonna have to wait to see if people like this, but this one creates clones that will probably automatically attack your enemy. The C move could be interesting, could be an automatic hit. And then this one's gonna be an AoE that does damage. We don't know how much, and it redirects 30% of incoming damage. So this could be totally OP, we just don't know yet. All right, as far as Kaganes go, everything is trash except for Eto and Tatara, and even they aren't that great. All that I would look at is the X move, because the rest of these are just directional attacks, and they have, you know, you have to hit, and that's really hard to hit. But the slam for Eto does a 75x multiplier. That is very respectable. I mean, it does, you know, that's a good, if that's all you got, and you got a Kagane and you got Eto, you can actually do a lot of damage if you can stun somebody up. Tatara also is the same, but it's actually not as good, okay? So Eto turns out to have a more powerful AoE attack. These up here, like the blue flames, you have to hit your opponent. It's very hard to hit in tournaments with directional attacks, like I said. All right, so moving on to the fruits, these are also just not as good as having Overhaul out, but Explosive actually has an okay AoE, right? So the C attack is a 60x. Let's see, also down here in Dark, there's some interesting stuff. The Black Hole and the Dark Matter can like move players around and sort of pin them a little bit. Plus Dark Matter does a 75x, and it will pull enemies in. So if you need to pull enemies in, then stun lock them, and then open up with more AoEs, that could be a really good combo. I haven't tried using it, but Dark seems to be a really good fruit. The King Fruit is just really not that good. I wouldn't even really bother with it that much. Just has some area damage and stuff, but it's just not enough. Magma is the new one, and I've heard that it's actually pretty hard to aim, but if you can hit them with Magma Pillar, that is an 80x, okay? So if you can pin somebody and actually get your mouse on top of them and then, you know, hit magma pillar and they're stunned there, 80x, that's the highest multiplier I have seen. So apparently magma pillar is the most damaging power that there is in all of the fruits, and actually in all the other stuff too. Okay, light is the fruit that you can actually earn from tournament currency, and I've yet to see this in performance, but this one will actually teleport you and do 60x damage, so that could be really good to get into position, stun lock, and then open up with further AoE attacks. And then of course divine punishment. This is a huge area of effect, and it's at the mouse, and it does 15x per tick. So I don't know how many ticks there are and how much damage that'll do, but if you can stun somebody and drop this on them, they're gonna get hurt. All right, in powers now, these are the things that you want to think about getting as soon as you can. So under strength, the most interesting power, the only one I think you need to worry about, is Conqueror's Hockey. Okay, that is stunning players, and I'm seeing it used constantly in tournaments, and it's incredibly effective. If you chain this up with other stuns, you can literally stun lock players up, and you could just sit there and AoE attack them, unleash everything you've got. And it's just incredible. So you want to look for high damage moves. All right, stuff to look out for in durability that would be really useful is anything that's going to reduce your damage. There's a lot of stuff in here, and you kind of want to use the best one you've got. A lot of people have Bijou mode from the Kurama boss. If you don't have that, you can actually get gear 4th from just doing the quests. So if you want to just run through the quest, you can get gear 4th, or you can go for Bijou mode with Kurama boss, or you know, if you're gonna do Broly boss, you're gonna go ahead and get legendary Super Saiyan. The best one is Spring-like Limbs. You get it from the All for One boss drop, and it's gonna reduce all incoming damage by 40% and increasing physical damage by 20%. That's OP. You want to have something like this activated at all times in tournament. All right, over here in Chakra, powers that could be interesting are Ice Blast. It's directional, and I don't love directional attacks for tournament, but you can stun players with that. But moving quickly down, we can start to see what's be good here is Amaterasu. So Amaterasu will actually lock a player up and do damage to them. It's only a 20x, but it's respectable, but it's part of your stun lock chain. So if you can release a whole bunch of stuns all at once, it could be incredibly OP. And probably the best AoE attack under Chakra is the Meteor Shower, and that's just gonna bomb your area a whole bunch, 12x per tick, but it does a whole bunch of damage, and that's from the Broly boss. So that's kind of it. Sword and speed, there's nothing in here. Agility, you might want to try Soru though. You can teleport in any direction within an area. That can help move you into position, though there's probably better teleports if you have them, teleports that actually do damage once you get there. All right, I'm loading into a public server, so I can go over to Dimension 3. We gotta beat the Beast King over and over again, probably so I can get that Conqueror's Hockey, guys. That you gotta have that. You gotta have it. So I suggest as soon as you can fly, literally as soon as you can fly, start going over to Dimension 3 and farming that boss. I almost feel like you can't even win a tournament without Conqueror's Hockey. It's that bad. Oh, there it is. Let's go. Okay, let's take this guy out. This boss is actually pretty challenging, and this is a pretty small team, so I hope we can do a good job here. And of course, all powers are scaled just like in tournament mode, so you really got to like get in there with the best attacks that you can. It doesn't have anything to do with your power. Ooh, nice magma. Let's go. That boss is so cool. Okay, let's see. We can go. Let's go. Unleash everything. I'm not actually taking any damage. This is crazy. I just took damage finally. He's going down. Let's get it. Come on, boom, boom. Unleash everything you got. Boom. Overhaul really is super OP. That ranged spike attack is so much damage, and it just goes really far, and it's easy to hit with. I love it. All right, this guy's almost down. Let's see if we can go in here. Bop, bop, bop. Unleash everything you got. I don't know if that actually pins the boss. No. Ooh. Don't kill me. Come on. Oh my gosh. This is so close. Don't die. Dudes, don't die. Am I the last one in here? Oh no, come on, Wiki versus Roblox. You got this. Come on, bro. Let's go. He's almost down, dude. Unleash. Go. No. Did I hit it? I think I missed. Oh, it's just me now. Oh no. Okay. Have that. Yeah. Okay. I'm just waiting for him to attack so I can come up and drop the attack on him. Let's go. Have that. And this. I did it. I beat him, but I still got no power. But I did beat him. I was the last one there, and I got it. All right, guys, so I'm gonna be farming this boss. You know what? Just last night, we had a live stream where we were in here farming bosses, getting all the powers, and also doing tournaments. It was a ton of fun. Dragged a bunch of people into the VIP server from Discord and from the live stream, guys. We actually gave everybody a lot of follows and stuff so they could get into the VIP server. It's a blast, guys, so I wanna encourage you to sub, turn on notifications so you can come to our live streams, all right? Let's farm all these powers, let's get good at tournament mode, and let's get everything we need to unlock Light Fruit and maybe D4C, though I think Made in Heaven's probably better. All right, guys, but I'm gonna sign out for now. I'm gonna check you in the next video. Have a good day. See ya. Peace.